Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have some very exciting news today. Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley is being finalised for October 25th of this year at the O2 Arena. This is a big fight. It's a big fight in the landscape of the heavyweight division. It's a big fight in what happens for Usyk next. And it's a big fight for if Joseph Parker can get the win, making him worldwide known that he is the next guy up for Alexander Usyk. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about today because there's two sides to this coin. As much as we have to talk about Joseph Parker, we have to talk about Fabio Wardley. And we're going to start with Fabio Wardley. Now, for me, I think Joseph Parker should win this fight. I think I saw enough in that Fabio Wardley fight against Justice Hooney to say Joseph Parker can outbox Fabio Wardley comfortably. But the fact remains that Fabio Wardley has that 1 second of perfection and it's night over. So let's say Fabio Wardley does, in the chance, land that shot from the gods and defeat Joseph Parker, because I think that's the only way it happens. I think the only way this happens for Fabio Wardley is Joseph Parker is lying on the ground unconscious. Now, if Fabio Wardley sleeps Joseph Parker, I think that has big implications on the title. Now, Fabio Wardley, he's the current WBA interim heavyweight champion. He's also the British and Commonwealth champion. Now, one other piece of news that came out last night that I think is really important to take into perspective for this fight is, at first I thought if Fabio Wardley flatlines Joseph Parker after beating David Adelaide, Fraser Clark, Justice Hooney, becoming WBA interim champion, British and Commonwealth champion, flatlines Joseph Parker, he is no doubt next in line for Alexander Usyk. And I say that because it's a good run, but Joseph Parker, the number 2, basically, heavyweight fighter right now, I put him number 2, number 1 contender, even, because I don't believe there's anyone that should be in front of him, because everybody else has lost to Usyk. I think that almost pushes him to the front line. I say, who is there that is more deserving of this shot than Fabio Wardley? The other thing I would say is Fabio Wardley sells the heavyweight title fight better than Joseph Parker and better than Ajit Kabayel. As much as Joseph Parker I enjoy, I think he is a great fighter. We saw how many people showed up at Ipswich to watch Fabio Wardley against Justice Hooney. Could you imagine how many Brits turn up to watch Fabio Wardley versus Alexander Usyk? Now, for me, that was my first thought. Then last night I saw the WBA bumped Moses Atauma to number 1 in the WBA. And I thought, I think I see what's going on here. I think maybe it happens regardless whether Fabio Wardley wins or loses against Joseph Parker. But if he wins, are we going to see Fabio Wardley versus Moses Atauma, a showdown for Alexander Usyk? You know, I think that is there, open and ready to have that fight made. I think there's still an opportunity to make that fight if Fabio Wardley loses to Joseph Parker. If Fabio Wardley loses, gets outboxed by Joseph Parker, it'll be a harder sell, but it'll be probably the next fight along for Moses Atauma. I mean, you've got a former interim champion, you have a British and Commonwealth champion, you have someone that is a dangerous fighter, and you have a person that I think is another step up from Dillian Whyte in terms of age and everything else that's going on. I think a 31-year-old Fabio Wardley is a step up from the round 1 destruction of a 40-year-old Dillian Whyte. So I think those storylines are being made right now. As far as Fabio Wardley in this fight, what chance do I give him? I would probably, this is probably really harsh, I'd probably say 10%. I think Joseph Parker is not a power puncher. He's never been a power puncher. He is a great boxer. And I think he's a much better boxer than Justice Hooney. And we saw what Hooney did to Wardley. I think it's a bad style for Wardley. And I think Joseph Parker and Justice Hooney are so alike. Um, it's not Martin Bacoli. It's not Deontay Wilder. It's not someone that you know what it's going to be. It's going to be a firefight. It's going to be, who can punch harder. This is Joseph Parker, I think, going to outbox him. Unfortunately for Fabio Wardley, he's going to have to rely on a mistake like Justice Hooney did. And when that mistake comes, it might only happen once in the fight. Fabio Wardley needs to jump on it and jump on it quick because he misses that chance. And I don't see him getting another. Let's talk about Joseph Parker because I think he is the main attraction for this fight. Because for me, this was and is a keep busy fight. I wasn't sure who he was going to pick for a keep busy fight. This is a fight, though, that I think he's picked that's got a lot of risk to it, but it's got so much more reward. He could have picked anyone to keep busy with. He's picked someone that is another big name on that list, right? It is another top heavyweight that he's going to knock out of there. Say, step aside. I am the next in line. I am the king of this division, and I'm going to show that. And I'm going to prove that I don't care what Tyson Fury is doing. I don't care what Hrgovic is doing. I don't care what Caballero's doing. I don't care about AJ. I don't care about Dubois. I should have had my shot instead of Dubois, and I'm going to prove to you that it's me next. Now, we look at Joseph Parker, 33 years of age, 36 wins, 24 knockouts, 3 losses, 1 draw. WBO interim world champion. He's already in negotiations for a title fight against Alexander Usyk. He's got to get through this first now. I'm a big fan that he's taken this fight. I said he needs to fight. His last fight was in February. He can't risk waiting till next March to fight Usyk and not having anything in between. Have a big night against Fabio Wardley. Keep the engine going. Keep the momentum building, and it'll be good. Let's look at his track record of recent. Now, we can go all the way back to the Chisora back-to-back victories in 2021. Split decision and unanimous decision victories. Let's start at the loss with Joe Joyce. He loses a round 11 KO in September of 2022. Now, for me, that was the turning point in Joseph Parker. Obviously, he's gone on a run since then. Jack Massey, unanimous decision. Faiga Opolu, round 1 TKO. Simon Keane, round 3 KO. And then we start getting to the big hitters. No offense to those other names, but these are the big names. We got former world champion Deontay Wilder, unanimous decision. Zhili Zhang, majority decision. Martin Bacoli, the boogeyman, round 2 TKO in February of this year. Obviously, that name could have been Daniel Dubois. We know what happens there. But, late notice, he gets thrown a curveball. He takes the boogeyman. Beats him soundly. We can all say what we want about Martin Bacoli's shape in that fight, what he's done since, but that was supposed to be a hard fight for Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker put himself in a lot of danger. Let's not forget the build-up. Let's not forget what we said about Martin Bacoli going into that fight. The boogeyman, he was supposed to potentially ruin Joseph Parker's run. The other main key figure in this is Andy Lee. Andy Lee has built a beautiful fighter in Joseph Parker over the past few years. We've seen how he transformed Hamza Shiraz from Carlos Adames to knocking the shit out of Edgar Berlanga. I think he is a key part of this Joseph Parker build. And I can see him and Joseph Parker putting on a show against Fabio Wardley. Look, it's early doors. This deal hasn't been finalised yet. But October 25th, it's only around the corner. Less than 2 months. We're in September now. So it's exciting, guys. It is exciting. I know we all want to see Joseph Parker, especially me. I want to see Joseph Parker against Alexander Usyk. This is a speed bump. This is a big risk to take for Joseph Parker. But I think if he can get through it, he's really going to reap the rewards. And I think it's going to build so much momentum going into that Alexander Usyk fight. We saw the momentum that got built off the back of Daniel Dubois knocking out Anthony Joshua. Although it ended up meaning nothing, the confidence and everything else it brings, the atmosphere, the want for the fight, it builds it all. So, Joseph Parker, could we see in March of next year I go March. I don't know what time Usyk's going to fight him. Um, let's just say 2026. Are we going to see Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, Martin Bakole, Fabio Wardley, and next up, Alexander Usyk? I think it'll happen. I give Fabio Wardley a fighting chance because he's got that destruction power, but I think he's got to learn a lot from that Justice Hooney fight and how he managed it. And I think the one criticism I had more than anything in that fight was I know Fabio Wardley's not going to outbox him. I don't expect him to outbox him. I wanted him to take a little bit more risk. I wanted him to let that hand go a little bit more often, try and catch him, hit him to the stomach, anything. Risk yourself losing worse to potentially get a win almost, because at that point in round 10, Fabio Wardley, he was basically written off and that right hand saved him. And I thought he left it so late to dispatch of him. I thought round 6, round 7, round 8, when's he going to at least send a big one, right? If it get blocked, if it misses, if you get counted, so what? I want to see you unleash it, because although in the end it meant nothing because he got the knockout, he was getting so close to running out of time. Alright guys, leave all your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think of this fight. Am I not giving Fabio Wardley enough shot in this fight? Am I overhyping Joseph Parker? What do you think of this fight? I think it's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see it. I hope Joseph Parker does the work though. Alright guys, like, subscribe if you're new, and I'm out of here guys. See yous!